Thank you all for coming.
Start the questions from Novak Djokovic, please.
Novak, what do you take out of this kind of first round?
Well, I'll take the performance that I had. It's hard to say anything from Lorenz's perspective. Obviously, I try to analyze my game, and my game was great from the start to the end. It's also important for me to try to be as economical with the time spent on the court as possible, and but obviously not underestimating any opponent. And I've played really focused and trying to get to the net also. So was great all in all.
When you're in a match, in the middle of a match like that, where even he's, acting like it's a miracle when he wins the game, do you have any trouble focusing or just staying in there to try to make sure you end it?
No, I have no trouble. I mean, I've had many matches in my career, and so as I said, I try to focus on my side, on what I can do in order to win that match, as fast as possible, best way possible, and it was great performance.
Novak, congratulations on tonight's win, but I wanted to say that I loved you on Saturday with Arthur Ashe.
Thanks.
How long did it take for you to learn that routine?
I've heard it 5 minutes before we came to the court, to be honest. There was no tennis planned for us, but it was exceptional fun, and it was great to be with Missy on the same side of the court. Obviously, I mean, she's so young and already successful, having 5, 6 medals. And we had the "Call Me Maybe" song that brought all the stadium on their feet. So it was quite interesting. I haven't done much of that in my career.
Well, thank you for that, because we really enjoyed it. We thought that you really, really appealed to the U.S. Kids and everybody.
I tried, even though my singing and dancing isn't really great, but.
Next question.
Novak, first of all, congrats on Toronto and since you won.
Thank you.
How do you think your life? I mean, you love entertainment. You have a great personality, but how do you think your life would be if Yelena, your first coach, never showed up in your little village?
Well, it's hard to go back and say what if the turn of the events went the other side, and what happened if I didn't play tennis or if Yelena didn't show up. But I believe in life everything happens for a reason. So it was kind of a destiny for me to be part of this sport, and I didn't follow any family tradition because nobody ever played tennis in my family, and I grew up on the mountain with skis, and yes, I come from a sport family, but not tennis, and I fell in love, from the first moment when I was 4 years old. When I saw it for the first time, I asked my father to buy me a racket, and that's it. I was fortunate in my early stages of my career to be working with the people that have great knowledge and love for this sport. Yelena was one of them, obviously.
You can argue that among the top players, I don't know, love of country is so important to you, and some say that the Davis Cup win really kick-started something.
Yeah.
And you had a tough experience in London. Can you just talk about those two, the national triumph of Davis Cup and then the sorrow of leaving London?
Well, I cannot speak in the name of all players. Obviously, everybody's different, and everybody has a different, obviously, way to approach when they play individual tournaments and when they play for their nation. And for me, I'm very emotional, and I always feel even more excitement, maybe more responsibility and pressure when I get to play Davis Cup and Olympic Games now. It's a very rare occasion, in our sport, because we get to play mostly for ourselves because we're individual athletes. But I can't wait to play Davis Cup. It's always a blast, for all of us. And we are great friends, all us tennis players from Serbia. We know each other for a long time, so there is this team atmosphere that you get to experience a few times a year that is really irreplaceable. Because when you win a trophy, you get to share it with somebody Where on the other hand, when you win the trophy as a individual tennis player, you are alone on the court in a way. So that is the difference.
Novak, have you been making a conscious effort this year to come to the net more? If so, why?
Because I feel that my net game isn't that bad, and I should use the opportunity when I have from baseline rally, and I have many times a chance to come to the net and finish up the point earlier. So that's a part of the game on which I was working on with my team, and it takes time. I'm aware of that, and I've learned throughout my career to be patient, and to work and to stay dedicated, and things will come to their place, and I will get results. And obviously I'm a baseline player. I don't want to change the game upside down. But I think that having that variety of coming to the net and chipping, charging sometimes, or serve and volley, it's important in today's tennis.
Is it also a matter of conserving energy at times?
For sure. For sure, it's a great example. Even though with the surfaces, I think comparing to maybe 10, 15 years ago are much slower, and the players are much better returners than they were years ago. So it's a mental thing, I think. In the end, if you get to the net and you have across the net maybe a Nadal or Murray, and they pass you 3 out of 3 times, you're gonna question yourself if you're gonna come to the net again. So that's something that goes through your mind. But obviously it also conserves energy, and it's great to have that asset.
Now, we're going back to Melbourne, which feels like a long time ago now, but since then it's been like a big year and lots of higher pressure moments for you and that kind of thing. Are you still feeling fresh? I don't know if fresh is the right word, but you know what I mean? Like you're still as up as you were at the start of it?
Yeah, I am always motivated, and physically you go through stages when you're more or less tired and exhausted from all the weeks that you play. But in this moment, I feel good, and this is the last major of the year. It's played on my favorite surface, that suits me the best. So I would really like to go far in this tournament. I've been aiming for that, obviously, and then we'll see how it goes. And we all knew that we're gonna have a very busy summer because it's Olympic year. But generally, it has been a great 2012 for me.
It's always kind of a tricky thing to analyze humor and joking around, but it's so important in your life and your career. Everywhere you go, sadly, you don't get invitations anymore. But anyway, just talk about the role of humor in your career. Does it sort of give you a light side, take pressure off, help you just face the grind?
Yeah, just having fun, really. In life, it's, in my opinion, very important in order to embrace whatever life brings you. Yes, we need to be professional, committed, focused on what we do, and our profession brings us a lot of success, and a lot of pressure, important moments, a lot of challenges, but also a lot of joy. It depends how you look at it. So I always try to take everything from a bright, positive side, and I'm fortunate because I have a great team of people around me. So that's where there's a big source of positive energy for me, and we try to joke around all the time. It's that's us.
What was that? Last question. Was that impersonation of Rafa all those years ago? Perhaps one thing that you regret, like for all the good stuff that you have done.
I don't regret anything. I've done things in life that that might be considered as mistakes. Depends from what angle you're analyzing those actions of a certain individuals. But deep in my heart, I know I never had any intention of hurting or insulting anybody in my life ever. So, and that's the most important thing. The only purpose of my imitations and joking, if you want to call it that way, is to have fun and bring the smile to the people's face. Thank you. Može. Hvala.